anymore, more than it was. And I said, Igor, maybe we should turn off and see, maybe it needs some more water. He says, I'm afraid if I'll turn it off, that it will not start. And here we're sitting there saying, what are we going to do in Mexicali? Mexicali is the place, it's just like Mexico, even if it's United States. We don't know anybody there. We don't have no money. We really desperately need this car to go all the way to San Diego, where we have so many good friends. And so this made it. Another 150 miles. When it was going up the mountain, we were just sitting there, all four of us helping this car. And then we came to Escondido, and we were thinking, where should we go? Where should we go? Let's go to Mary Larson's place. Where does she live? Somewhere on Washington Avenue. Do you remember what's the crossing street? Nobody remembers. And as we go on Washington Avenue, the car died in front of her house. As we push in the car in her backyard, Mary opened the window and said, Butankas came! Her son appeared to be working for Junkyard, and he sold the car next morning for $350. There was nothing left in that car. We decided if we ever buy another car, it has to be Astrovan. So we bought Greyhound tickets, and we're driving back. On the way out, we were supposed to do class in an empty house of Brooke Peterson, because she just moved into Florida, sold her house, and she offered this house for some raw fooders to do workshop. And calling her saying, I wouldn't be able to come because our car broke. We come home on our answer machine. I bought your car, I hope you like it, come and get it. I never met her before. I said, well, even if it's not Astrovan, I will accept it. So Igor and I drive, and we come to her house, and here's a new Astrovan in the driveway. And I said, Brooke, how did you do that? Why did you buy this car? And she said, I felt compelled. She said, I never did anything like this in my whole life. But as soon as I finished speaking with you, my old good friend called me, and her husband has a dealership, and she said, do you know any good person who needs a very good car? We just got this beautiful van, which 29,000 miles on it, only for 7,000, and it's in such a good condition, I really don't want to get anybody in it. And she just said, I just bought it. And with 0% we paid it to her in 1 year. And this car also lasted, and I still have it. I drive it in it when I come home. Well, we just had this amazing things happening to us when we came back home. Okay, and another woman is calling. She says, "Oh, I need support." Her name is Elizabeth Bechtel. She says, "I need support, and so I want my house to have some raw food workshops." And when we miraculously got this little trailer, we live in a trailer, okay? And we were sitting there and we were writing this book, Raw Family. And I said, Igor, we need to get kids to write something because they're growing up and then people will never know about our experience. So we're sitting there writing this book, and we wrote it like in 2 weeks, you know? And then I showed several people to check mistakes, and they said it was almost perfect. So I don't know, was it channeling or what? I don't know. And then I went to local designers and printers, and I evaluated how much will it cost to publish the book. And they said $14,000. And Igor said, I don't think that kind of money could just show up. And I said, well, let's see, we have to believe. And so then we come to this Elizabeth Bechtel to do this class, and again, it was the first time we met in person. And after this class, she and I washed the dishes. It's 11 o'clock at night, everybody's gone, my husband is asleep, and suddenly she's asking me, did anybody back you up with the publishing of your book financially? I say, no. And we're washing dishes, and she's saying, do you want me to back you up? I said, sure. And she says, how much does it cost? And I say, $40,000. And she just said, she wrote me a check. And she didn't ask for any paperwork, anything. She just says, can you pay me in 2 years? I say, sure, I can. And when I brought it to my banker couldn't believe it. He said, where's the paperwork? What is that? He never saw in my account more than $300. Of course, we paid her back. And if you see the book Raw Family, it's dedicated to Elizabeth Bechtel. It says, without you, the book wouldn't be possible. I'm not trying to tell you that I'm just living a fancy life and I have anything I want. But whatever we need comes to us. And you know why? Because we started to follow our heart. I now know, and my husband knows, and our children know, that if you found your way and if you follow in your heart, universe exists. There are some things in the world that we cannot comprehend by our brain, but universe will protect you. You'll be protected, and things will happen. And I want to ask you, did it ever happen to you that you heard about some kind of a workshop or some seminar, and your heart is telling you, oh, I want to go, but your brain says, forget it, you have already so many non-finished projects, you need to take care of this and that, okay, and you didn't go. And then those who did came back and told you, oh, that was that, and you said, oh, I wish I went. Did it happen to you? Or opposite. You did go. You didn't listen to your brain. You did go. And you wasted your last money that you couldn't waste. And then at that workshop, some opportunities came up. Then you actually earned more money and more things were happening there. Positive. Did it happen to you? That's what I mean. Because our brain is a product of this material world. And the only connection to the spiritual universe is our heart. And whenever you do anything, whenever you have a question, if you really listen to your heart, you can answer any question. Whether it's about food, what shall I eat, what shall I do, what should I do in my life, where should I go, should I not, your heart never lies. And that's very important. Another important thing, which is another new step, is to gain clarity. We were educated in our life that knowledge is power. I disagree with that. I think knowledge is not even information. Knowledge is somebody else's opinion of information, and somebody else's opinion is always distorted. Would you like to have lots of opinions in your head? And in fact, those opinions, then they sit in your head for decades and they rule your life. Somebody's opinion is that you need to eat 3 cooked meals a day. Another person's opinion is that you need to drink milk for calcium. Another opinion that you need immunization. Another opinion that you need to finish your plate because children in China starve to death, and if you finish the plate, they don't starve. And so there are so many things that we've told. And very often at my workshops, people say, they say. I say, who they? Well, professionals, specialists, experts. Well, I don't really care anymore because my goal is to gain clarity, not knowledge. What's the difference? There's a huge difference. In fact, we accumulated too much knowledge, and this knowledge is cluttering our brain. It is cluttering our ability to channel the information. Until I was 39, I didn't know that I can channel. And I'm sure that most people don't know they can channel. Most people don't even believe it's possible. Most people think it's some kind of a fairy tales. But that is the real true way of learning, is channeling. Have you heard this song? We could all know everything without ever knowing why. Do you know this song? Did you hear that? That's about that. Once when we were traveling around the United States for 2.5 years, being homeless and unemployed, that also happened in our life, and our